Hi everybody, I'm here for In My Mailbox this week, and I have a bunch of wonderful books to show you. So I'm just going to go ahead and just get started. I'm going to start off, I actually have, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I have two boxes of Random House books here, so I'm going to start off with non-Random House books, and then we'll get to all of these. I got an advance copy of Forgotten by Catherine Mackenzie, and this is coming out October 16th from William Morrow. And this is Catherine's third book that's coming out this year. They were, I think, all previously published in Canada, and now are just kind of making their way over here. And so they published them, it was like February, July, October, so of this year. And all of the books sound amazingly good, but I've yet to read, any of them. And so I really want to get around to at least one, so I'm going to try and, get around to this one, if not any of the other ones. Josie Griffin is Not a Vampire by Heather Swain, and this also sounds really cute. This was on my list of books to get, and this comes out in September. I'm really excited about it, and it comes out as paperback, so that's always fun. There. I also got a package from Daphne Grab, and if you'll, oh no, that's coming out this week, never mind. But if you saw my first post of reminiscent reviews, I did mention Daphne Grab, and I have been talking about her because I lent out an advance copy of her book along with In Your Room to somebody several years ago, and never got it back. And so I asked each of them, I was like, hey, do you think you might be able to send me, your books? Because I really, those books are like two of my favorite books ever. I really love them. And they were both very sweet, and they said sure. And Daphne showed up this week, and she included the hardcover of her book Alive and Well in Prague, New York. And this came out in 2008 as a hardcover, and I don't think it's ever come out as a paperback. It's such a good book. I almost cried during it, and that never happens. So it's good if that happens. And Joseph sent me an advance copy of her next book called The Girl in the Wall, and this is coming out in November from Merit Press, and it's going to be a hardcover book, and so I can't wait to read it. It sounds really interesting, so awesome. I also got a package from Steve Berman. I was reading the book Boys of Summer, and it's an anthology of gay stories and that take place in summer, and I ran out of time. It expired, so I ended up having to ask, because I was really interested in reviewing the book, and asked if he could send me a physical copy, and he was like, sure. And I asked him for any kind of copy, like if you could send me an electronic copy, that would be fantastic. If not, And so he sent me a physical copy, and came in the mail this week. Really excited about it. And he also included this book, Green Thumb, by Tom Cardamone. And this is it's a post-apocalyptic psychoactive pastoral, and it sounds interesting. I'm gonna have to see if I can get around to this. It's pretty short, it's like less than 200 pages. It's like 130 pages, so I'm gonna try and get around to it. And this I'm gonna have a review up this coming Friday, so keep an eye out for this. And then I also got a hardcover of What's Left of Me by Kat Zhang. This is the first book in the Hybrid Chronicles, and I got an advance copy of this several months ago. It looks really, really interesting, and I can't wait to read it. I'm going to donate this to my library, probably. Alrighty, so Random House books. Let's get started. I got two packages. One the Saturday before this past Saturday, and then last Monday. So I have a bunch of stuff. Okay. The Little Woods by McCormick Templeman. And I'm probably going to end up donating most of these to my library. I'm going to keep some, because some of them I had them as e-galleys, since I was able to just delete them, and I'll just go ahead and focus on other stuff, and then keep these to read. Red Heart Tattoo by Lurleen McDaniel. Poison Tree by Amelia Atwater Rose. Fury's Fire by Lisa Papadimitriou. I don't know if that's right. I've been wanting to read this, and I wanted to read Siren Storm and never got around to it, and I don't have it. I really want to read the series, but I can't get Siren Storm. My library doesn't have it, so I'm going to have to figure something out. Don't You Wish by Roxanne St. Clair. And this looks really interesting too. I love the cover. It's a lot of very bright and colorful. And Diva by Gillian Larkin. And I think this is, it looks like the third book in the Flappers series, which I've heard wonderful things about. So, and I see one of my friends from Bloggers Heart Books, unless that's somebody else. I don't know. It looks like I think somebody I know has a thing on the back of it, Bloggers Heart Books. Is that, I don't know if that's Julie or not. Because I know her Twitter handle is Julie Hart Books, but I don't know. But anyway, so that's one box. Let's get all these back in there. And I love getting boxes of books. It's really fun, even though I do end up donating them to, libraries most of the time. It is still really nice because it's also, then I can use the boxes to put books into. Books that I've already read, and I can move them down in my basement. Alrighty, and this one, I counted, it actually has 8 books in it. Under My Hat, Tales from the Cauldron, and this is an anthology edited by Jonathan Strahan, and it contains stories from authors like Diana Peterfreund, Holly Black, who else do I know? Tanith Lee, Neil Gaiman, Charles DeLint, lots of wonderful, wonderful, fantasy writers. So, sounds really interesting. Scarlet Dead by Kathy Brett, and this is actually, it looks like kind of like a middle grade chapter book or something like that, because there's a lot of pictures in it, and, that sort of thing, so like that. What else? Kissing Shakespeare by Pamela Mingle. Intentions by Deborah Heiligman. That's a really cool cover too, I really like that. The Blood Keeper by Tessa Gratton. And I have Blood Magic out from the library now, so I'm going to try and get around to it so that I can read the second book right afterward. Touched by Sin Baylog. Really excited to read this book. Cannot wait. I love Sin's books. Suck It Up and Die. And this is the sequel to Suck It Up. It's by Brian Neal. And it's a really big book. It's like 400 pages. And then finally, The Stone Girl by Elisa B. Scheimel, which is such a good book. Please check it out. It is amazing. I loved it. And please check it out. That's what I have to say. So, thank you all for watching. I'm sure this thing has gone on long enough. And hope you enjoyed seeing what was in my mailbox, and I cannot wait to see what is in your mailbox. And I'll try and see you all next week. Hopefully, if I get more books. So, I'll see you all later. Bye.